And we are live. Yes, go Bird.
Dash
The
with
usual controller
backseats with
F-up.
erection.
Yo Dash, what's up? Welcome on in. Angela, what's up? Welcome on in. Since we were in the starting soon screen, this didn't get to play, so I'll play it for you.
An ILL backseats with badge.
Anyway, everyone, welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing well. So yeah, for Ace Attorney. So yeah, if you were in Discord, I was like thinking whether I'm gonna do Mario or this. Yeah, I came to. I was in the office earlier, so I'm exhausted with work, so I probably don't have energy to do Mario. Yes, I risked my. I risked it in the office earlier. So I just like stayed for around 2 to 3 minutes just to see it go up. Then once it went up, sorry, I closed the window immediately. So yeah. Hopefully when I come tomorrow, it doesn't lose it completely. So, yep. Alright. Yeah, Violet even messaged. And she was like, "Oh, don't forget your stream streak." And I said, "Yeah, I like popped in for a quick 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, then immediately got out." So anyway, all right. More Apollo Justice, more Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice rather. So we are in the last case, and we are about to begin day 2 of the trial. So yeah, this will probably be a long one. So like what I've mentioned, I'm a bit exhausted. So I don't know how many parts this trial is. So we'll see how long this part will be. Then yeah, we'll decide from there. All right, trial day 2. Let's do this. How is everyone, by the way? I hope everyone's doing well. All right. The exhausting thing here is the reading, not the controller mashing. So, all right, here we go. Hope everyone has their chips. Yep. All right, May 19th, 8:50 a.m. High Court of Kurain. Oh, cinematic. All right. All right, what is this? Oh, violence. Yeah, no worries, Dash. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to a slower day tomorrow. Got the post of a PS2 and a mini PC to buyers. Nice. Now the court case really begins. Yep. All right. May 19th, 9:28. High Court of Kurain accused lobby. It's complete chaos outside. Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. They look about ready to string us up if we lose. Trials here are pretty much like the ones back at home, but with one major difference: the divination seance. The victim's final memories will become a matter for deliberation. I've heard about that, but they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in Kurain. True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence.
An ILL backseats with. They were upset about the lack of fish in the lobby.
Yeah, dried fish, probably. Smoked fish. Alright. There are always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent. Well, I know Dirk's innocent, but I have one more big secret. He's running out of time. Oh no, wait. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you, you're my son after all. Dirk, what is that secret you're keeping? Hey, AJ. It's Dats, of course. Here you go, just like I promised. Founder's Orb added to the court record. Alright, we have the Founder's Orb back. Thanks, Stats. Wait, weren't you arrested by the police yesterday? Yep, and I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, even a bed. What more could I ask for? Ha 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 ha. That actually sounds way better than where we're staying. Just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, we'll all probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act too. Yeah, Nayuta said something to that effect. That which Garan wants to take advantage of today to crush our revolution once and for all. The fate of the revolution and every Kurainese person rests on this trial. We're counting on ya, AJ. We'll be fine. I'm going to win this one, you'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the court. Right. May 19th, High Court of Kurai. Court is now in session. All rise. Let the trial of Dirk Sadmadi begin. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty. So it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuta. This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Kurain and the assassination of the former queen, Amara Sigatar Kurai. Okay, alright. I thought my controller effed up again. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sadmadi? Prosecutor Sadmadi. Yes, of course. Please proceed. What's with him? How very unlike you, Prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day? Not at all, Your Majesty. Are you really going to be able to go through this, Nayuta? Well, Prosecutor Sadmadi, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I have heard mention that you are son to the accused, Dirk Sadmadi. You have heard true. Does that fact pose some sort of a problem, Your Majesty? A father being prosecuted by his own son? Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having Yes, without question. Wait, okay. Dirk? Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty. Isn't that right, Nayuta? I will not stop until my work here is done. See? So all you doubters, just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity. Ha 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 ha. The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, if Prosecutor Sadmadi has no issue with this arrangement, then let us commence the deliberations.
Objection!
Wait, what? Who's that? Garan? What? One moment, if you would. Your Eminence? Your Eminence, what brings you here? Oh, is she gonna act as his co-counsel? Final pack of Skittles at my disposal. Your Majesty. It would appear that Prosecutor Sadmadi does indeed have some reservations. No, that's not true. Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nayuta Sadmadi? One should hold no reservations if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds. I have none, Your Eminence. No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown Dirk Sadmadi personally. But remain by our side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law. Excuse me, but is the Queen going to prosecute the case? What? Is that, kosher? There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned Queen, we served as a prosecutor. Really? As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecutor in charge of the Queen Amara assassination case 23 years ago was none other than Her Eminence, Queen Garan Sigatar Kurai. First Her Majesty and now this? Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? I'd heard she'd serve as the Minister of Justice, but she was also prosecutor? I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to Justice Minister. We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had won guilty verdicts in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us. Phoenix is our counsel, yes. Phoenix is co-counsel. Apollo's the main attorney, the main lawyer. I am at a loss for words. To think I would once more bear witness to Her Eminence at work in the Hall of Justice. Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might. Oh, hello. Ooh, what a magnificent sight. The Queen's Star from the prosecutor days. Okay, this is definitely in the top 10. What the? That's Queen Garan? Talk about an extreme makeover. Oh, hello, mommy. It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins. Woe to you, O enemies of Karain, for I shall personally slice, dice, and do some spanking, and grind you up into hog feed. Uba, yep. It's definitely in the top 10. Gives me a Street Fighter vibe too. I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back to her polite pre-makeover personality. Know this, lawyer. Yes? Now that I stand as prosecutor, consider your defense's bench a headsman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now. Oh. Well, you still have a head with which to think, that is. Soul was good and well. Yes, Anev. She's dead serious. Now, it is time for the divination seance. Rafa, come forth. Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance? Yes, let us proceed. Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion. Your benevolence. What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here. A lot's happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he'd been planning a coup. And today, she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes. Yeah, that would be enough to shake anyone up. Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday. Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed. We must speak with our child. It's a mother's duty to discipline her child after all. Now, if you would excuse us. Discipline? Coming from her, I don't like the sound of that at all. Wait. Garan didn't do something to her, did she? Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this deviation from protocol a part of your plan? Prosecutor Sadmadi, would you care to explain your actions? Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deem no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case. Oh, wow. And her nails. You and your bleeding heart. You seek to spare Rafa the trauma of witnessing her father's death. Is that why you have done this? Not at all. You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmadi? That's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered. Jury. Your Eminence, Your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence, this case is blessed with the bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believed we could reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance. You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery. Experiencing the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear. Prosecutor Sadmadi, Your Majesty, can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance? I can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand. Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest? We shall not. You fools spoil her with your feckless words of compassion. Listen well, Rafa. You have spoken time and time again about how grown up you are now. Yes, but... So let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should? Yes. That's better. See? Problem solved. Or Rafa, is this really a good idea? I guess we'll see. Very well, let us begin the divination seance. Nena, my robe. Oh yeah, Nena's missing. Looks like Nena's still missing. It's been a whole day already. Barbed head. Yes. You removed my robe. What? Why me? Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Right. Can't you see she's ready to begin? Great. I've been reduced to royal robe remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Right to be Nena's replacement. Very well, Your Benevolence. Please start when you are ready. Come, Rafa. You know what must be done. There's no turning back now. I know. Final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right. Okay, let's watch this one last time. Okay, is there no... I... My god, is Inga a fake name again? No, wait. She's hyperventilating. No, she's fainting. What? Your benevolence. What's wrong? This is unacceptable. Bailiff, take her benevolence to the first aid station at once. This is not good. Fatality? I think she passed out. She got shocked. Your Eminence, do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly? It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing. I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year ever. I mean, of course Rafe is going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child. It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony. Your Majesty? Oh, yes. Let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness, if you would. It's Dirk. Is this not the accused? It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution. That seems uncharacteristically fair, Fur. However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty, and their heads will roll off from their shoulders. What? I should have known there was a catch. Your court, your rules, same as it always was, I see, Karan. Now then, Mr. Sadmadi, if you could enlighten us as to what happened. Well, I would if I could. What? Dirk explains himself. I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I've no recollection of what happened in the interim, but I didn't kill him. At least I don't think I did. It'd go against everything I believe in. Was he drugged? That didn't explain squat. For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it. Well, that certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sadmadi. Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, Your Majesty. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, Dirk, this is no laughing matter. This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case only to fail miserably. How long can she go? Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair. There you go, Aniel, your fish reference. Yes, Your Eminence. Show me the way. Now then, would the defense please begin their cross-examination? Dirk explains himself. Alright, I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb.
Hold it!
I guess we just press everything first for now. Alright, you were struck by a sudden dizziness? Was it because of his illness? Is that something that has ever happened to you before? Can't say that it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm no spring chicken after all. That's not the issue here. A most cunning excuse, one befitting an insidious insurgent. Oh? A killer who does not recall his crime. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity. You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuses and subterfuge, do you not?
Objection!
Don't make me laugh, Your Malevolence. How dare you? I'm merely stating my innocence. I have no intention of offering excuses. It's your baseless speculation I would decry as foolish. You deceitful witch. Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now in this very hall? Well, that would certainly speed things along. Ha 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 ha.
Hold it!
Dirk, why don't you let me handle it from here? And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay? Anything to stop you from needling the queen. Next time you have an objection, you'd better have some proof to go with it, Dirk. The accused will continue with what he does recall of the crime. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk? Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing from before I came. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son? Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been in there with you.
Objection!
You called, Your Eminence. Does she go anywhere without those goons? Was there a third party in the tomb when we were securing it? No, Your Eminence. We searched high and low, but found no one of the sort. And there you have it. Oh, right. They did search the place. Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape. That's right, no one got in or out without our knowledge. Her Eminence's on-site directives were absolutely flawless.
Urdihara Kara!
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. Thanks for nothing, gallery guy, as if our graves weren't already deep enough. Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party? Well, based on the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none. You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk. Let the accused's statement be added to his testimony. Very well, Mr. Sadmadi, if you would. It's like the more we press, the thinner a case gets. Well, let's keep pressing and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too. The possibility of a third party being there in the tomb is probably non-existent.
Hold it!
You can't prove you innocent without at least the possibility of a third party was there. Find the possible in the impossible, son. That's just what the lawyers got to do sometimes. Isn't that right? Right? Who, me? Yeah, you could say that. I've seen more than my fair share of trials like that. They'd start with no valuable evidence, useful testimony, or any hope of winning. But through cold sweat, desperation, and a little luck, I always managed to pull them off. Right. I can see we are kindred spirits, you and I. Ha 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 ha. Jeez, taking cases like that must have shaved years of your life. If that were true, I'd be long dead. Find the possible in the impossible? Can I prove that it was at least possible that there was a third party here? Dirk, what did you see at the scene of the crime? Let's see, I came to... And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail.
Hold it!
You stated that he was dead as a doornail. How can you be so sure? It's pretty easy to spot the difference between a soulless man and the soulless shell of a man. His complexion and the amount of blood at the scene made it obvious which it was. Watch your words or you shall join Minister Inga much sooner than expected. You can bow your head before him and seek his forgiveness there in the Twilight Realm. If you still have a head to bow, that is. You bloodthirsty spider. What happened to you? There was still a little love in your heart 23 years ago. You even used to think of me as a brother. It seems you truly do have a death wish. Ha 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 ha. Is that really all you've got? Dirk, I'm begging you, enough of the lip. Just deliver your testimony, please. Alright, I'll try, but I can't promise anything. I have no recollection of what happened in the interim.
Hold it!
A day's passed since the murder. Haven't you remembered anything in that time? My memory is a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain has been scooped right out. How very convenient. But even if you've no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate. You're forgetting one thing, Garan. I have no motive. You lead a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I would say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's Minister of Justice.
Objection!
I've declared countless times that I lead a bloodless revolution. I forbid violence and murder, even if some younger members may have a thirst for blood. Bloodless revolution? You wouldn't really have a motive in that case. Is that an important statement? Save scum. Yes, it is. That was an important statement. I'd like my client to add it to his testimony. Very well then. The accused will please do as the defense has requested. I don't have a motive for killing Inga. After all, me and my ilk seek a bloodless revolution. A bloodless revolution? Could you be more specific? I'm talking about dragging this pompous prosecutor here off her bloody throne. So go ahead, Garan. Act all high and mighty now, because it's the last chance you'll get. You still speak of rebellion despite the charges against you. You truly are a fool. I'll approve your guilt soon enough and display your head for all of Khura'in to see. People will forever speak of you, not as a revolutionary, but as the terrorist you are. You're mistaken, your maleficence. It will be you the people will speak of, as the tyrant who was overthrown by her own people. I wonder if you will still be spewing such nonsense before the headman's axe. Ha 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 ha. I'm afraid I'll still be like this in the afterlife, despot. I know that self-restraint is as foreign as apple pie to Dirk, but I'd really rather go home than to the Twilight Realm after this. I didn't kill him, at least I don't think I did. It did go against everything I did.
Hold it!
Can you state that you didn't kill him more definitively? How can I, when I have no memory of what happened? Well, can you at least state whether or not you're a murderer? That I can do. I am not a murderer, and I would never kill anyone no matter the circumstances.
Objection!
And do you have any evidence to support your claim that you did not kill the minister? Evidence? No, can't say I do. In that case, you will strike the statement I didn't kill him from your testimony. Wait, you can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examining the defendant and all. Hold your prattling tongue, foreign devil. I am the queen of this kingdom. And the queen is the law. As such, I need not follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will. Wow, abuse of power. Abuse of power. Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating I didn't kill him. What? Sure, whatever. It's the Garan show after all. Same as always. Though I guess there's no evidence that proves I didn't kill him either.
Hold it!
Dirk, leave the evidence finding to me. Now please, will you stop agreeing with everything the prosecution says? Alright, I'll stick to the facts from now on. But remember, son, if you truly believe in me, you should be able to prove my innocence. I know you can do it. He believes I'll prove him innocent, even with all these inconvenient truths? Is that what he's saying? I think Dirk might be onto something. Even the most disadvantageous facts may point the way to the truth. So don't ignore them. Think of them as food for thought. Don't worry, I know. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I need to remember that, no matter how difficult the facts may be to deal with. If we could only establish the possibility of the third party, but does the possibility itself even exist? You don't have a choice. Proving it exists is the only way to start the real dialogue. Alright, let's save. Okay, third party. Shoot. Could it be the blood stain? This is the victim's blood. Alright. Inga's button. Okay, this is the only thing I could probably present because it does not belong to the victim.
Objection!
Yep. Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated. because I can show how there might have been a third party in that tomb. Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do so love a good fairy tale. We did a luminol test at the crime scene, and we found a blood stain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. The thing is, this blood stain we found had been wiped up by someone. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime. Oh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong? The bloodstain belongs to... Amara? Why is Amara even in question? Okay, we have a penalty there, so save scum. Okay, it didn't say the victim in the description. So, the only option here is the real killer. Because why the hell is Amara an option? We all know that Amara is still alive, but what would her bloodstain be doing here, right? Okay, thank you. The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I'd say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb.
Objection!
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This too is a known fact.
Objection!
But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there. Very well then tell me this. Where was this third party hiding? Oh my god, are they hiding in the sarcophagus? So is there a secret passageway in the sarcophagus then? The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered, so if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere no one would dare look. Somewhere no one would dare look. Yeah, it's the oh my god, what? Let's have your answer, defense. Okay, now, where could the third party have hidden? It's the sarcophagus.
Take that!
There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be... inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time. This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed. But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus. True, the guards were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines. Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture. The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
Such insolence!
Such insolence. What? Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders. Huh? But the trial's not even over. What? Whoa. How soon you forget? You are already on the headman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment. All I did was request a DNA test. There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now. Oh my god, wow, she knew about this? Here you are, Your Eminence. The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed that the blood is of the traitor Dirk Sadmadi. What? What? But Dirk wasn't injured, so where did his blood come from? Maybe he coughed it up. Dirk's illness. Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? And did he wipe it off to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad? Oh my god, what? Ah, shoot, you got me. Mysterious bloodstain updated in the court record. A bloodstain from Amara's tomb. Analysis reveals that it's Dirk's blood. Pay attention, horned devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not? About that. Did you or did you not make that claim of your own volition, defense? Yes, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is. Fell right into her trap. Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime? It's beyond the realm of possibility. No! Praise be for Queen Garon. Her Eminence's legal tactics are beyond compare. I hate to say this, but she really got us good. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place, though? What if the real killer is still in there? No, that's just ridiculous. I believe you have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening, Dirk Sadmadi, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt? Has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder. Murder! No, it can't be. Dirk would never. There must be some kind of mistake. The Defiant Dragons and their sympathizers have started to have doubts. So this is why Garon allowed us to cross-examine her. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she's effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him. True, but now we now have an even bigger problem. And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions. Huh? Now, I shall pass judgment upon the criminal Dirk Sadmadi. What's this? You shall pass judgment? But your eminence, is that not my role? Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed. As Queen of Khura'in, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused. What? Guilty? Is that it?
Objection!
Wait. You didn't even give me a chance to rebut. Now when you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me. Quick, Apollo. Even if you have to bluff, we've got to keep this trial going. Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party. How am I supposed to do that? Oh, why don't you start with, how about the timing of Inga's murder? What? This whole case is built on a single premise. that Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true? Okay, wait. Autopsy report. Time of death is approximately 3 p.m. Alright. Like, if our assumptions are all wrong, just might work. Well, don't keep us waiting, defense. Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there is another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Dirk entered the tomb? What nonsense is this? Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. The question before us is, when was Minister Inga really killed? What the hell? And it's a penalty one. Okay, save scum. Okay. When was Inga really killed? After the body was found after Dirk entered the tomb, before Dirk entered the tomb. Oh my god. Okay, I think I think the answer that will like keep us safe here is before Dirk entered the tomb. Oh my god, thank you. Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead? That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means you wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime. I see. Well, that certainly does make sense. So far so good, this might actually work. Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all of this. I could do with a distraction. Yes! Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now. You're asking her to, like, do a divination? What? But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? I hope you are feeling better, Your Benevolence. Must I perform the divination seance? What? Oh, no. We were merely required testimony this time. Wait, what is she gonna testify? How could my testimony be of any value? Your Benevolence. Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed. After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't pass out again. Prosecutor Sadmadi, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara and about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother, and only yesterday. Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people, so I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. Be that as it may, Your Benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today. So there is no need to let it trouble you. I know. Garon told Rafe about something other than Amara's status. Sounds like it, but what could it be? Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Yes, I am ready to testify. Very well then, your benevolence, your testimony, if you please. What Rafa witnessed. Alright, before we hear what Rafa witnessed, ads will start in around a minute, but I will take a very quick break, so I will run them now. So again, sorry for the ads. If you don't like ads, you can get Turbo. It's much more value. Or if you'd like to support the channel, please do sub. You'll get ad-free viewing and some emotes and memotes. Or you can also view us on Twitch. We are simulcasting right now. If you are in Twitch, we are simulcasting on YouTube. Oh my god, what am I saying? And if you are watching on YouTube, hi YouTube. All right, I will take a very quick break. I will BRB, run the ads, and be back in around 3 minutes. So, yep. I only got incredible. Damn it. We have to do this again. Not unless that doesn't count as a badge. Oh, you have to get the top. Well, we're doing this again. You have to get wonderful. Get in! I got a checkpoint at some point. Hello? Wow, my god. So that was the end. Oh my gosh. I fluked that. I panicked, then I fluked. That was a fluke, but I don't care. And it took less than 4 hours. Do I dare like it? It's gonna attract attention. Well, Carl, you deserve that. I heard the whistle. I should have this. Oh, thank God. I swear if I dart there, I am going to be livid. Oh shit. Can I get the second spring here? My hint would be use your head. Ha! Get wrecked, Sarah. Fuck! Ah. So this is the safe spot, right? And we back. Alright, it's interesting that Seribot did not like comment. Interesting. All right. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, we should be back. So everyone, welcome back. Yeah. Rifa's testimony. What Rifa witnessed? Okay. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Then about 2:45, I saw Barbedhead and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30. What? Your second floor veranda? Oh, she must be talking about that house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father, and at about 2:30. Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence. So after the minister entered Amara's tomb at around 2:30, no one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered. The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband. Or so she'd like us to believe. Now, hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me. For I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head. Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness. Okay, at least the judge is like allowing us to do that. Why does that like last chime remind me of the LG music? Anyway. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second veranda. Alright. LG. Yep. You said you've been watching the courtyard until we arrived, correct? That seems like an awfully long time. There's much that weighs on my mind. I see. She really does sound troubled. I don't think she ever fully recovered from the previous trial. Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. Actually, where is Maya? I haven't seen her since, like, discovering her. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy and what is true and what is false. Most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task. I guess it's not easy being a princess. Your benevolence? I'd be happy to lend an ear if you'd ever like to talk. What would you know of my woes? Do not presume to exceed your station in life. Sheesh, teenagers. Your benevolence, what did you witness from your veranda? Well... Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb.
Hold it!
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way? Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing. There was? Yes. A shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. After which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color. He screamed and he was looking pale? What do you suppose happened? I know not. Perhaps he had a bad dream. Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the queen. It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm. Sorry, that was rude of me. Does the defense believe the witness's last statement to be important? I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony. Okay, it didn't even even give us an option to, yes, it's important, no, it's not. So alright, so I think this is like the statement that we need to focus on. My father let out a scream and came dashing out of his room, his face.
Hold it!
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out? I didn't see anyone else, just my father. That last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her in this? Be nice and leave it be. Press softly, press harshly. Ah, save scum. Okay, we're gonna reset anyway if this is wrong. Press harshly. Your benevolence. Let's have some details. The more the better. Details, you say? Yes, for example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or no? Eek! Foreign devil, I'd been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then. I think you've struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one. Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Please add that to your testimony, your benevolence. Oh, alright. I had been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2, but father was the only one I saw.
Hold it!
Okay. Didn't she mention some... Oh my freaking god. Okay. I think I remember her like mentioning something about a dog yesterday, right? So that should corroborate Albie's statement. Okay, is the royal residence always so empty? Naturally, it is where the royal family lives and we are few in number. Besides Nena and the little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to. Is there anything more stereotypically princessy than talking to birds? So Nena wasn't around at all yesterday. It seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately. Rafa doesn't go to school, so she probably doesn't have any close friends. She must lead a rather solitary life. I guess being a princess isn't all it's cracked up to be. Rafa, I shall buy you a new servant. I don't want you to buy me a servant like some sort of pet. I want Nena. I'm beginning to see why Rafa turned out like she did. Your benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father. Well, it was around 2:30 when I saw him heading for the tomb. Then, at about 2:45, I saw Barbed Head and company enter the court.
Hold it!
2:45? Yes, I believe that's around when we arrived. Mr. Wright, Athena, Dirk, and I were running toward the tomb. Yes, I was taken aback as we don't normally see commoners in the palace courtyard. Even more shocking was that Dirk, a wanted man, was with him. Yeah, I supposed so. I thought the villainous leader of the Defiant Dragons was here with his minions. Because it was, you know, time for a revolution. I think you've been watching too much of that TV show. I've already banned its broadcast for containing content unsuitable for our kingdom. Besides, the actress playing Rafa looked nothing like her. I can't have my subjects feeling so disappointed when they see the real Rafa. Mother! Why are you so cruel to me? Are you so ashamed? Once I am all grown up, I shall be just as full-figured as that actress. She's placing all her hopes on one final growth spurt. For her sake, I hope it's in her DNA. I suppose you can always hope for a miracle. Oh, I'll show you. I shall double my milk intake and grow up big and strong. There, your benevolence. I think you are fine just the way you are. Now, may I ask that you continue with your testimony?
Coburn 64 backseats with. No, I shall not say it.
Same, that's why I was like holding some certain comments. I wish I could grow up faster. You're only 14, come on. You're 14, right? Ah, shoot. I can't like open the court record. Alright. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered it.
Hold it!
Is it possible you missed seeing someone pass through? No, my veranda has a commanding view of the entire grounds and I saw no one else. But that doesn't seem right somehow. Do not underestimate my daughter. She may be lacking elsewhere, but her eyes are the finest. Lacking elsewhere? Talk about the mother I'd never wish on my worst enemy. She needs Nena more than ever. Rafa didn't see anybody in the royal residence area after 2 p.m. That's a really long time to just look at a courtyard. She was probably lost in thought. She's at the age where I'm sure she'd got a lot on her mind. Alright. Okay, save scum. Alright. I remember she mentioning that yesterday when we talked to her, that the urn that spilled in front of the residence was caused by a dog. So that should be around here, right? And that should also corroborate Albi's statement. So hopefully this is right.
Objection!
Yes! Your benevolence. You're covering for someone, aren't you? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Rafa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that, around 2 p.m., his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fellow stole his hat from someone. Ah, that's Nena's. I mean, nothing, never mind. You fool of a daughter. It seems the princess made a blunder. So let me get this straight. This is Nena's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2. If so, then you had to have to see Nena sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday. No! Please, your benevolence, tell us what you really saw. It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nena. And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence. I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Because, my mother told me not to. What? Would you care to explain, your eminence? I requested she withhold said information, for it is of no relevance to this case.
Objection!
You don't get to decide.
Insolence!
Such insolence! If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand. Oh, I will. Your benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nena. Alright. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nena, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down into the courtyard. Wait, that means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard. Yes, but only for a moment. This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. Yo, Moonyu, what is up? Welcome on in. It's good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, glad to see you again. Even though you are new here. What is up, buddy? LMMD shrunk. What's that? Are you like mistyping something? Your benevolence. Are you sure no one else was there? Oh, yes. She's hiding something again. What about Nina? Were you able to help her? Meds plus vodka. Are you okay? You really shouldn't be drinking alcohol when drinking meds. I hope you're not drunk. But anyway, good evening. How are you doing? Good combination. When I got down to the courtyard, Nina was gone. Gone? Yes, and I never saw her again after that. Any idea what happened? That dingbat dog must have gobbled her up. What? I seriously doubt that. But how could Nina simply disappear while Rafa wasn't looking? Rafa must know something. The only question is, what? Okay. Options. Why Shadow was in the courtyard, where Nina disappeared, and why Nina disappeared. Okay, save scum time. Skip time, good night. I'm not skipping anything. Alright. I think this is where Nina disappeared to. Do you have any idea where Nina disappeared to? What do you mean? Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nina disappeared right at that moment. No. Wait, you think Nina had something to do with the murder? I don't think we can rule it out. It sounds like something had kept Nina occupied since the early morning. Plus, she was seen right before the murder and then seemed to vanish into thin air. You're right. And since she's Rafa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds. Could Rafa's attendant really be the killer? But that would mean... First my father, and now Nina? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be?
Objection!
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim that the third party is to blame for a crime. Nina did not enter the tomb, that much is certain. How can you be so sure? When Nina's hat was stolen, that crazed cur spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Rafa? Yes it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nina's hat, it tipped over the urn. The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. And if she had truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way. But the only shoe prints to be found belonged to my husband, Inga. Interesting. Huh? Then... That's right, Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. Oh right, there were like footprints in the room when we investigated yesterday, right? It's quite simple. Yep, there it is. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nina. That's right. Edgeworth and I did see some shoe prints in there. Now, do you understand? Nena could not possibly have gone in the tomb. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination. Ugh. Another glorious deduction. All hail the genius that is Her Eminence, Queen Garang. Bow down before her glory, witless lawyer. But those guys fanboy any harder. But is it really true? Did Nena not go into the tomb? Excuse me, but... Alright, okay, the question here is if there are footprints inside the room, where did Nena go to after? Is there some secret inside the room? Because if she did go out also after that time, there should have been a second set of footprints, right? Excuse me, but, Mr. Wright, your benevolence, what time was it when that dog attacked Nena? I believe it was about 2:15 p.m. I see. Apollo, if Nena entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out at around 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then... I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream. Would the defense please share their theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream? Certainly, Your Majesty. Minister Inga screamed because he had a bad dream. He was attacked by Nena. He saw a ghost. Oh my god. You know what? No. I want to check later what the dialogue would be if I select the other options. Alright. Minister Inga screamed because he had a bad dream. He saw a ghost. He was attacked by Nena. Okay, let's do shits and giggles for now. He saw a ghost. Maybe he saw a ghost. Maybe even a bunch of ghosts, like from all of the people he sentenced to death. Ghosts? Really? Sure, and they'll be back tonight. The spirits of the dead, unable to rest in peace. Eek. If you're not careful, Your Benevolence, they might curse you too. Stop, please. I'll never be able to sleep again. You seem awfully frightened for a princess who communes with spirits. Apollo, don't you think you've teased her enough? Come on, let's think this one over again. You're right. Okay. He was attacked by Nena. Maybe he was attacked by Nena. This would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime.
Objection!
Does your idiocy know no bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb. Or are you suggesting that the body was moved? Do I think the minister was moved from his private quarters? I think the possibility. Oh my god. This is safe scum galore. Okay, wait. So let's say Nena attacked Inga in his quarters. Then he came running out around 2:30. Rafa mentioned that his face was pale. However, she did not notice anything stabbed on Inga's back. Could that time be... Oh my god. Could he have enough energy to like walk out of his room into the tomb within that 30-minute window? Maybe it exists. Considering the fact that the body was found in the tomb, I'd say there is a possibility. What utter nonsense. Rafa had been watching the courtyard. Yet you would suggest that someone could have transported the body unnoticed? You have a point there. In that case, I'd say there's no way that the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. Alright. I understand if the scream was in reaction to Nena's attack. But Inga died in the tomb. We need to explain how those two realities could coincide. How are we supposed to do that? Oh, maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations. What do you mean? It's just, let's look at this as simply as possible. The minister's body wasn't moved, so he might have been stabbed by Nena in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb. Alright, that was my theory earlier. I see. On the one hand, that seems possible, but on the other, it seems decidedly implausible. Prosecutor Sadmadi, what is that fool babbling on about now? Is this a riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem so fond of? Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore him.
Objection!
I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would you? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous, so he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed. Oh my, are you suggesting he ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back? Alright, well, yes, that's the gist of it. Okay, so I was like, that was my theory earlier. In short, Minister Inga saw Nena with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to her to flee, right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, Your Majesty, does my theory hold water?
Such insolence!
How dare you bore me like this? Huh? You are a humorless moron, spewing an endless stream of unamusing dribble. I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence. Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing. Your Eminence. Oh my god, Skittles. Nayuta! You dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice you had been stabbed in the back. But a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain. Now hold on. Allow me to teach you the meaning of pain. Ah, please stop! Nayuta has a point. Normally, most people would notice a dagger in their back. Ow! Yeah, I doubt someone could ignore pain like this. Still, in this case, it's the word normally that we should emphasize. Alright, didn't he have, drugs? Alright. The medication Inga used for his back pain said to make the pain disappear. Alright. So, it means he might have probably took a painkiller shot, and then he got stabbed in the back, and his back was, like, numb. Oh my god, Aniv, what the hell? You just repeated something said like 10 minutes ago. Alright, so like I was saying, he took painkiller shots, so he might have been numb there. Screenshot that. Apollo, take another look at the court record. Alright, it's the painkiller shots. Right, there must be something that explains this. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain, and the defense will submit evidence proving just that. Very well, please present your evidence. Why didn't Justice Minister Inga notice that he had been stabbed? Yep, it's the painkiller shot.
Take that!
Ah, those are my father's painkiller shots. The defense will explain the significance of this evidence. Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence. You can't mean... Minister Inga was stabbed in his back close to where he usually injected the painkiller. Therefore, it's entirely possible that he hadn't noticed that he'd been stabbed. What? What's this? Then, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran off with the knife protruding from his back? I am, Your Majesty. So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him? I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well. Yes, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep, you didn't notice under the cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Nena in his private quarters. Holkunka! Holy Mother of Kurain, are we dealing with a living dead here? Well, technically he wasn't dead yet. I know it's hard to believe, but this is a plausible sequence of events. And once Minister Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss. Nena killed my father? The defense would like to call Nena to the stand.
Objection!
You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever? Well, there's no real proof, but... What a tangled web of expedient lies you weave. I can no longer tell fact from fiction. Who or what shall I believe in now? I'm sorry, Rafa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaking suspicion Nena's involved in this case one way or another. Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open, well, there's no turning back now. You fool of a lawyer. I know why you are so desperate to prove the accused innocent. You do? Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty. As shall you, under the stipulations of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives. No, the simple fact is I've always believed in that Dirk is innocent. Bah! Still, you cling to your pretense? Very well, I shall offer you a bargain. If you admit that the accused is guilty right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting him and you will not be subject to execution. Is this some sort of joke? Far from it. As queen, I have the power to grant pardons even to criminals like you. And with the wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Dirk, should you be willing to cooperate. She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in her faces like that, that's just wrong. Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense? Will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer? If I don't take this deal, we'll be executed along with Dirk if he's found guilty. What should I do? Of course, continue the defense, but let's save. Nice try, Garon, but it looks like you don't know what justice is made of. We won't kowtow to threats like that, Your Eminence. Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so don't worry, I'm with you, Apollo, to the bitter end if need. And while I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo. I'll be. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. So keep on fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objections from me. You nincompoops. You'll die if you lose this case. Why would you even entertain the notion of continuing? I believe that Dirk is innocent, that's why. Ouch. And besides, trials exist to give the truth a chance to get out into the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment. Even if that punishment is death, does that not frighten you, Hornhead? Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that. A duty you're willing to die for? And yet duty. It's a heavy burden, alright. Rafa looks like she's really struggling. Okay, this again. Yeah, da 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 da. We heard this earlier and you're replaying it. But it's no surprise, considering the torrent of painful truths she'd had to face. Very well then. If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, then I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt. Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspect. Do we have anything like that? Well, lawyer, do you have any new evidence you would care to present? Or shall I have the executioner start his preparations? If she thinks I can't do this, she's got another thing coming. But first, I have some serious thinking. I'd say that new evidence indicating a different suspect. Alright. Save. Okay, what else do we have in the court record? Why is this still here? Autopsy report, tomb diagram. Gemstone. Don't have it. Such evidence does not exist. Just as I thought. Nipple badge, yep. I was hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head. But I didn't walk headfirst into that one then. So, what now, Apollo? Well, unless we can prove that Nena killed Inga, this trial is over and so are we. Isn't there still a way to get the proof we need? Even without evidence? You know, a key means of obtaining testimony here in Khura'in. Oh my god, are you telling me to like have the divination seance go through? Wait, are you actually suggesting? It certainly won't be easy, but it's worth a try. Your Majesty. A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind this case has yet to be taken in this trial. But I'm positive that I can back up our claim with this one step. You mean you will be able to prove that Nena killed Justice Minister Inga? And just how do you propose to do that? With the help of a certain someone. You need help? From someone? Well, I can't imagine who it could be. But I suppose I must ask. Whose help do you need to uncover the truth? Miles Edgeworth.
Take that!
But that is... me? Here in Khura'in, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments. But that requires your benevolence's help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence. If you're right about this, Rayfa's power should enable her to see the very moment Nena stabbed Inga. It will be hard to watch your father's murder, but it's the only way to uncover the truth. Your benevolence, we need you and your power. You need me?
Objection!
Wretched simpleton. Did you not see what ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time, or is it your goal to make her collapse again?
Objection!
The princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now. Am I prepared? Prepared to fulfill my duty? Isn't a divination seance required at all trials anyway? If so, I imagine there'd be a problem with handing down a verdict without one. Indeed. It would be problematic. Under Khura'ini's law, a seance must be conducted before a verdict can be rendered.
Such insolence!
Yikes. Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall. Huh? As ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. Oh wow. Henceforth, the divination seance shall be optional. What? She has the power to do that? She just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand. Hold it. Mother, I do not wish for the trial to end like this. It is as the defense said, I must not neglect my duty simply because I'm afraid. I shall go through with it this time. I will conduct the seance once more. Rayfa does not have a hold it soundbite. Yep.
Such insolence!
Rayfa, do not be fooled by his lawyerly guile. You are not prepared to witness your father's death. But Hornhead needs my help. Rayfa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? But despite your grand wasp posturing, you collapsed into a most piteous fashion. Even worse, you have erred your insights of late. Or has not the barbed one there overturned them more than once? Oh. You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So I say to you, be gone. This sacred hall of justice has no need for such a worthless... Oh my god, wow. Thank you, mother. Worthless? Wow, how can she say that to her own daughter? So, mother, you think me worthless?
Objection!
Her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? So I don't see why you have to condemn her before she's even made the attempt. ... Very well, Horn Devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give my consent. Really? However, should Rayfa fail once more, you two and the accused shall all be executed on the spot. Come again? This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated. Well, lawyer, what say you? Will you wager your life and call on Reifa to perform a divination seance? Save scum. That's all 5 like attempts. You know what? YOLO, call on Reifa. I don't think you're worthless, your benevolence. Far from it, in fact. If you say you can do it, then I believe in you. Hornhead, I do not understand. If I fail, you will be put to death. I know you collapsed during your previous attempt. Oof. I can't even imagine how terrible it must have been for you. But despite that, you are willing to try again. I have faith in that conviction, in that courage. My courage? Ah, so she was doomed to fail if she didn't have the courage to perform the seance. But it looks like she's got the determination to try again. Right. And that's a bet I'm willing to take. But it is as Mother said, I've earned my insights as of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say that you believe in me?
Objection!
I wouldn't take stock in those words, your benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you've made any errors at all. Huh? In the trials I've been a part of here in Khura'in, I would have never proven my client's innocence without your seances. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insight they provided served as vital leads to find the truth. Vital leads? My seances? So please, your benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time.
Objection!
Reifa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill-prepared to face your father's death. Go, leave this sacred hall at once. No. What did you say? I said no, mother. For I am the royal priestess of Khura'in. I have no need for you now. Even if you do not need me, mother. Hornhead and this Hall of Justice do. He proved that to me by risking his own life. It is because of him that I now understand. The divination seance is my sacred duty. I must fulfill it, no matter the risk. Shut up, evil. Oh yeah, and like, she's gonna spank us with that paddle. Your benevolence. Mother taught me that the divination seance was a mirror of reflecting naught of the truth. But I began to have my doubts after Barbed Head disproved the insights it offered. And now, I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, even Nena. I had believed in them all above all others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. And Niv agrees with the statement. The royal priestess must debate each seance with the presiding lawyer and prosecutor. Oh yes. First Franny in her whip and now Garan in her paddle. Oh yeah. That is how I believe trials here in Khura'in should function. Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trials toward the truth. That is my sacred duty, and I will never shirk it from it again. That right there, your benevolence, is the product of what you've learned in your struggle so far. Truth that you realize with your own strength. As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through. Your Eminence, the royal priestess says she will conduct the divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it. Unless, of course, you are worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient. Mother, I am done letting you have your way. Rafa? You would actually rebel against me, your mother and queen? Though I am scared to see my father's death, I must face my fear. That is what Hornhead has taught me here today. Rafa.
I am the royal priestess Rafa Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Wow, that was voiced. Your Eminence, it seems the princess is more grown up than you thought. Yep, it looks like real time. There weren't any pillar boxes, right? Well then, let us proceed with the divination seance. The victim's final moments. This should be interesting. I wonder what Inga's memories are going to show us. Here we go.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Coburn.
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay, is she gonna do the dance again? Oh, come on. What the hell, controller? Hello? Yeah, you shouldn't have snoozed that. We're gonna like take 3 minutes just to reconnect this controller. Uh, yeah, no worries. It's alright. Okay. Send my controller as
Dash
evidence.
backseats with. Present your controller as evidence.
Okay, let's watch this again. Nice one, Coburn. Technically, it's not a Switch Pro controller. It's an 8-bit though, but this has far worse performance issues compared to my original 8-bit though. Right, will it work this time? Oh my god, wait. Grapes, incense, sour. Footsteps. Anne's voice. pain. What the It's Dirk? Wait, wait. Why is his like face blurred? Explosion, laughter. Ah, what in the... A faceless being? The heck? His face, it's just like... that picture of the founder. I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see. Oh, Father. What was it? What was it you saw? Are we to understand that this was the last thing the victim saw? Yes, there can be no mistake. That was what my father himself witnessed. How very strange. You don't suppose the Holy Mother possessed the accused and slew Minister Inga for planning a coup? Talk about the sharp left turn into the Twilight Zone. You know, there's one thing in there that caught my attention. Laughter. No, don't snooze. Well, I'll take another break in a bit. Who does it belong to and why are they laughing? Who knows? Though I suppose it could be Dirk after he slew my husband. But that figure didn't even have a mouth. Ho ho ho. I think we're done here, lawyer. How so? You claim that Minister Inga was stabbed in his private quarters, and feeling no pain went to the tomb where he eventually fell dead. But this seance vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and felt great pain, no less. Oh, that. Therefore, as I asserted all along, it was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb. Everything just backfired big time. Wow, Garan has the devil's own luck, doesn't she? Now then, I shall give voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. Alright, I think this is her insights session, right? Alright, this is her insight session. So before we listen to the insights, I'm gonna take another quick break. So while that's happening, I will do another run of the ads. So again, I'm sorry for that. Don't like ads, please get Twitch Turbo, or if you'd like to sub, you can sub. Or you can go over to YouTube, and if you are on YouTube, hi YouTube. Alright, I will take a quick break for a while, so I will BRB, and we'll be back in around 3-ish minutes. So yeah. To go for the feet picks. Well, time to panic roulette. Oh, that was a good run. Well, I'm gonna die, 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 I'm gonna die! I am not dead yet. Just go, 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 just... Fuck. Same. Same fan. Oh, that's a wall? Wait, what? How did... What? That's not the wall. You son of a... try. Okay, what now? It's 1-1, but there's no floor. YOLO! Oh my god, that's so simple, simply stupid, but it's so funny. This is the flagpole. Called it. Oh my god, there are still bills. Ah. Oh, and we have the lack party now. And we back. All right. Insights time. All right, let's see how Rafa will interpret this divination seance. All right. At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed and the attacker let out a laugh. So what now, Mr. Wright? It's up to us to knock holes in Rafa's interpretations of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding of them could be mistaken. Okay, I'll give it a try. Right, around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh. Okay, wait. Why does he have bloodstains on his chest? Save scum. Still on 0 lives. I haven't missed anything yet. Okay, wait.
Objection!
Shit, it's not it. Okay, it's this. I feel it's this one. He tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed.
Objection!
Damn it. Okay, was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. Is it necessary that this is Dirk's voice?
Objection!
Okay, yep, damn it. Alright. Sorry. Sorry for save scumming or load scumming this. I do not want to go on the rest of this case with only 3 lives left. Okay. Okay, the man's voice is not necessarily Dirk, right?
Objection!
Your benevolence, there seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation. An inconsistency? Where? Minister Inge is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder. Okay. That's strange, right? I was thinking like the man's voice could possibly not be Dirk, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive at the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind? Ah. Then whose voice was it? It was likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Someone like a friend.
Objection!
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the voice can only have belonged to Dirk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Paulo, don't we have something that could reveal the owner of the mystery voice? You know, I think we do. Something that Inge had while he was waiting for Dirk. Would it be Albi? With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. Oh my god. I think it's Albi, come on. Okay, so based on the DNA test, this blood, it's Dirk's blood. Oh my god, fuck, it's not this one. Like the sun, it seems the defense couldn't find the energy to rise to the occasion. Wow. There's something that can help us identify the male voice. I believe you can identify the male voice Mr. Inga heard with this. Could it be his notepad? But there's only like 3 people here. Nena, Dirk, and Right.
Take that!
Okay, it's not it.
Take that!
It's not the crime scene photo. Could it be the button?
Take that!
Okay, it's not the button. Alright. The cell phone.
Take that!
Oh my god. Alright, alright. He must have been talking to someone in the phone. Oh my god. Sorry for the load scum.
Take that!
That's my father's. I know this must be hard for you, but could you please take a look at this photo? There's something here that can point us towards the identity of the voice. This is the real source of the man's voice. Cell phone.
Take that!
A cell phone? Right. I believe that the voice the minister heard was of a call on this cell phone. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view on the matter? I can see the possibility. Then it seems I must refine my vision. Subordinate's voice. Alright. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them? My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, why do you know that? Your benevolence. I believe you have an insight to revise. I know, barbed head. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. My father then took a call from a subordinate at the palace. So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. But there might have been some other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. So let's take another look at Rafa's insights and really focus on the various sensations. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Around 3 p.m., my father was... Okay. What steps? Okay. Lions roar, dogs bark, pain. Okay. Wait. Okay, why is there a lion's roar and a dog's bark?
Objection!
Wait, oh my god, I did not save.
Dash backseats with. Should have saved.
Thanks, Dash. See, Anev agrees. Okay, wait. Took a call from a subordinate at the palace. Why is this not like... Okay, I'm sure the lion's roar is weird, right? You know what? Let's see if you're again just... Okay, the dog's bark could have been like from Shadow, right? But it's this lion's roar that's really weird.
Objection!
Oh my god, I'd like hit that earlier, right? Okay, I hate to break it to you, your benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again. What do you mean? Again? Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on. Let me rephrase that, your benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to his subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with his final memory. What do you mean by that? A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claim the call was with someone at the palace. But let me ask you, do you keep lions there? No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog. Wait, that giant one in front of the minister's house is her pet? Besides, there aren't any lions in Kurain. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. The lion's roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in. Was that the warbod? That was the warbod. Oh my god. Fine, save scum. Isn't that the cry of the warbod over at the bazaar? Yes. Ah. Your benevolence. Do you think you can clarify the voice for me? Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. Warbod's cry. What's this? Just as I suspected, it was the call of a warbod. That means the subordinate Minister Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace. But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have? She's right. It's important to know where the call was made from. You know what? It's always important. It's always important. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. But I can't think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area. Go ahead, Apollo, tell her. Tell Rafa the real source of that sound. Will do. Well, Hornhead, I'm waiting. What was the true source of that explosive sound? Firecracker. At around 2 p.m., Dad slept out of a bazaar manhole, got yelled by a dog and a warbot. That's the warbot's cry, and then threw a firecracker. That could have been the gunshot. The shocked look on Albie's face had Dad in stitches when the police came along and detained the rebel. The noise spooked Shadow, who ran off. Alright.
Take that!
What is that? It's Albie or Guide's statement. In it, he claims that That's her ball threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar. Then... Yes, the sound heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding.
Objection!
And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do you explain that? Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none. Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could that laugh at the end have been? No, it can't be. Oh, it can, and it is. The laugh came from none other than... the Joker who got the kick out of startling Albie with his dragon snot snaps. That happy-go-lucky That's her ball. Okay, why do we have this happy music in the middle of a trial? What? Someone should really put a leash on that guy. I shudder to think how one man can be the cause of so much trouble. Har 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 har. Hey there, AJ, PW. You can all thank me later. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. Arball. Your benevolence, do you need to revise your insight? It would appear so. My father then took a call from a subordinate at the bazaar. The true source of that loud bang was the firecracker That's threw. And that final laugh belonged to none other than Dats himself. Well, this changes everything. Let's go over the details of Riva's insight again. Okay. I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency. Okay, before we like do stuff. Save scum. Around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. My father then took a call from a subordinate at the Tsar. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. The true source of that loud bang was a firecracker, that's true. And that final laugh belonged to none other than Dats himself. Okay, court record. What's the order of events? Okay. The order of events are okay, Dog and Warbod, that happened at the same time or nearly the same time. Then through a firecracker. Then the laughter. Okay, the question is, what was the order here? Explosion, then laughter. Okay. Footsteps, subordinate's voice, then that's the Warbot, then the dog's bark. Okay, I am like...
Objection!
Damn it, it's not that. Okay, why are there still footsteps though?
Objection!
Ah, shoot, it's not it. Okay, it should be in one of these. Statements, right?
Objection!
Damn it. Wait, it's around 3 p.m. Holy shit. Wait. Because if you look at the court record, it was 2 p.m., right?
Objection!
No. Wait. Ah, crap. Okay, wait. No. Wait. I think I... Alright, so I think what we do here is... Okay. At around 3 p.m. But... Okay. I think it's 3 p.m. with the sound, right?
Objection!
No, my god, wait, what? Okay. I'm gonna use the 3 p.m. statement with the laughter. Okay, because like it says at around 3 p.m. but the phone call happened around 2 p.m. So I think this is the contradiction I need to point out. Yo, Tilted, what's up? Thank you for the lurk. Hope you're doing well.
Objection!
Oh my god, that was it. Shh. Okay, so I was correct that it's the time and order of events. So her insight said at around 3 p.m. However, that phone call and that bazaar event happened at 2 p.m. So, hmm. Okay. Then we select the expert.
Objection!
Your benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight. There is? You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know that the source of the loud bang is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence. I suppose I have to ask the obvious here. What evidence conflicts with the claim that the murder occurred at 3 p.m.? It's the statement.
Take that!
I'll be your guide statement? Again? Yes, because to summarize what he said, at around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard. Around 2 p.m.? That's right, 2 p.m., not 3 p.m. Are you suggesting? I think you know where I'm going with this. That's his laugh, the cry of the warbad, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Albi's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp on all of these sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3 as we had originally thought. Dare I ask? It means that murder took place a full hour before Turk entered the tomb. Holkunka! How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, have been mistaken? Ow, oh my god. That would hurt your hand. Unless they're fake nails. Now you see why justice will always prevail. Peace, peace I say. Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. How do you explain that? I wouldn't say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face. Ah, you're absolutely right. Without the face, we can't be certain of who it was. Furthermore, need I remind you that if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright, which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him. So then, what are we to make of this 1 hour difference? Wait, 2 o'clock? That's when... my mother was performing the rite of channeling. The palace guards had all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rite. Don't tell me. The royal residence, it would have been virtually unguarded, which means the real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Amara's tomb. Defense, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accused? That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty.
Objection!
Preposterous. Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. That the face did not appear this time is mere happenstance. Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been as clear as day. got a point there. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. The question is, why? Apollo. Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision. Alright. I think this is where the notes they come into account. It's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes and stand square in front of Inga, precisely because they knew they could get away with it. But how could anyone be so sure of something like that? A long time ago, I heard of a cognitive disorder that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Alright, that's why he has the notes. Then, are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes, we can't normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appeared to him in life. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. They could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dirk. But, if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Really? Well, defense, do you have anything to show this to court? Yes, I believe so. Apparently, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look at the evidence order over it. What explains why the face of Minister Inga's killer is absent in his seance vision?
Take that!
A notepad? Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room, and it holds the answer we're looking for. As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics. And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer? How? The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him. What's this? I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being, and why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics. Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to recognize even me. Your Eminence, you knew that your husband had such a disorder, did it? He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there is no use in keeping quiet about it now. It is as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia. So Mr. Wright was right. The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There is precedent for this. Wow, she got the nails back. Did she get the $1 Wish.com special replacement set? Probably. So, the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right. So there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance and aware of Inga's affliction. Your Eminence? Who knew about your husband's condition? A small number of servants who tended to his needs. And me? Surely you are not about to insinuate that I committed this crime. Oh, no, Your Eminence. Still, could she have done it? Garan has an alibi, remember? Oh, right. She was conducting the rite of channeling at 2 p.m. In that case... Your Eminence, does Nena know about Minister Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She's our head servant. So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition. And as the princess's personal attendant, she is familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would.
Objection!
You witless lawyer, how quick you are to forget the facts. Facts like... When Inga was last seen alive, you claim he was slain at 2, yet that it is impossible. For Rafa saw him at 2:30. We did completely forget about that. No, there must be some mistake. So you see, the murder could only have happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dirk entered the tomb. There's no other answer to this puzzle. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Garon makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. Where did we go wrong? Alright, okay. The events from the phone call happened at 2. Yet Rafa saw Inga running out of his room at 2:30. Could Inga have a twin? I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except for Inga's sighting at 2:30. I see. And without that final puzzle piece, all of our deductions fall apart. Apollo, if Inga's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture. Time to think outside the box then, right? Let's see. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. But what if there was a way to make people think he was alive even though he was dead? Could he have been channeled? So the only possibilities are there's a twin, as we've seen in the second case. Oh my god. Channeling, that's channeling. Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things like that don't happen in real life. Unless... Apollo, did you just... I did. I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2, he was seen heading into the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how. I certainly hope you will, because I have no idea what you're talking about. The Minister Inga, her benevolence saw was, in fact... Save scum. A ghost or clone. Someone channeling him. It was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence. Channeled, you say? That's right, and there are only 2 people capable of spirit channeling here in Kurai. Her Eminence, Queen Garon, and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling the minister. It would seem that you are ever bent on making me a part with this crime. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen? Eminence. I believe you had completed the channeling rite and were having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. Ayuta has to keep up with her schedule too. What doesn't she make him do? And that leaves only Maya. Yeah, it does. But wait, wasn't she tied up? Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power toward nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her. That cannot be. So then, Inga's scream, that was probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died. So, Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet thinking he just had a nightmare. Then, realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced off to Amara's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead. Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running. Using the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a crime? How can this be? The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand. Well, Your Eminence, will you allow a new witness? It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. He will know just how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments. Insult me all you want, witch, but you'll be eating those words when I expose the truth. Very well, let us adjourn until the next witness is ready. Be continued. Wow. Not even like a recess scene at the lobby. GG. Alright. I think we end the night. We're almost at 3 hours. So, we'll end here. What an interesting turn of events. Alright. Okay. Everyone, thank you very much for joining in. I really do appreciate it. So yeah. Okay, this looks like a long case, so yeah. Are you gonna be playing Luuka and Mang Super Boom Boom World in stream anytime? No, probably not. I'll check first what that world entails, because if it's skill-based, much like Rubber Ross World, I am not playing it. I'll be focusing on trolls. But I may have another Mario Maker 1 stream soon before the servers will shut. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much for joining. Yeah, as always, please do check out the socials. It's more puzzly Kaizo. I'm bad at Mario Maker Kaizo. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, again, everyone, please don't forget to check the socials. Please do check out YouTube. And as always, we are also simulcasting on YouTube, so hi YouTube. So yeah, we are close to 500 subs there, so I really want to get that soon. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Wow, I cannot speak tonight. Anyway, thanks everyone. So, yeah, as for schedules, tomorrow I'll be off. We'll be back on Saturday for the usual Mario Maker trolls. And yeah. Alright, yeah, let's find someone to raid, probably. Let's play Phoenix Wright. Okay, you know what? Burn those rubles. Anyway, okay, you know what? I'll just read the fellow friend of mine. We're reading Owen. Anyway. Alright, everyone, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you all next time. Bye.